Hi everyone, I'm Ricoros Lloyd E. Pantoja from BSAIS2B, and I will be talking about chess, especially its components, its definition, chess pieces, the moves of the chess pieces, and its object. So without any further ado, let's get it. Chess is a board game for two players. It is sometimes called Western chess or international chess to distinguish its related games such as Shanki and Shogi. Chess is an abstract strategy game and involves no hidden information. It is one of the oldest and most popular board games, played by two opponents in accordance with fixed rules. Basically, the chess is a battle of strategies performed by each player to win the game. Chess is a game played between two opponents on opposite sides of the board containing 64 squares of alternating colors, commonly dark and light color, which are the black and white. Each player has 16 pieces, 1 king, 1 queen, 2 rooks, 2 bishops, 2 knights, and 8 pawns, that is placed accordingly to its destined position. Now let's talk about the chess pieces. Chess symbolizes the characters of the highest courts and council in medieval times. The king rules the land supported by his queen and army making up 6 different chess pieces. Battles represent life of times when battles were fought for control of lands and defense of territories. The king is the leader. He stands the tallest, in most cases, in the chess set and the center stage on the chessboard, flanked by his queen and protected by his army assembled. He is limited in movement, but he is the most important piece of the chess. The queen may be the moon. She is plainly the closest support to the king, and it often the second tallest piece on the board, signifying her power and import. The queen is the most powerful piece among of all the pieces in the chess. The rook symbolism is based around the name that is often used partially incorrectly for the piece, that being castle. The rook is the castle, the walls, the protectorate of the city, and in being so, is the only piece not representative of a living thing. The bishop represents the church, an important and very powerful entity throughout the history. Religion was arguably more important during the developing years of the game of chess. The bishop is a highly placed member of the church, and this stands the reason they should hold court with royalty and in matters of conflict. The knight is on equal footing with the bishop, and this represents the very highest rank of medieval military status. Sometimes called the horse, you'll find the knight almost always represented by a horse's head, or in cases, a knight on horseback in more elaborate set. The pawn symbolizes the trained set of brave soldiers who are the first to face the fight and put their capture on the line in defense of all of the other major pieces on the chessboard. Now, let's talk about the movement of the chess pieces. Kings move one square in any direction, so long as that square is not attacked by an enemy piece. Additionally, kings are able to make a special move known as castling. The queen moves diagonally, horizontally or vertically any number of squares. They are unable to jump over pieces. The rooks move horizontally or vertically any number of squares. They are also unable to jump over pieces. Rooks move when the king castles. The bishops move diagonally any number of squares. They are also unable to jump over pieces. The knights move an L shape, two squares in a horizontal or vertical direction, then move one square horizontally or vertically. They are the only piece able to jump over other pieces. Lastly, the pawns. Pawns move vertically forward one square, with the option to move two squares if they have not yet moved. Pawns are the only piece to capture different to how they move. The pawns capture one square diagonally in a forward direction. Pawns are unable to move backward on captures or moves. Upon reaching the other side of the board, a pawn promotes into any other piece except for a king. Additionally, pawns can make a special move named en passant. Now, let's talk about the objective of playing chess. First is to checkmate the opponent's king. Second, to make moves with a strong purpose. Third, to keep your king safe. Fourth, to control the move or the game and try to calculate and predict opponent's move. Lastly is to win the game. That's all for the basic chess information. Again, I'm Rico Lloyd E. Pantoja from BSA IS2B, and I thank you.